Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at the ASUS ROG G14 2023 with a Ryzen 9 7940HS and a 4060. We're going to be overclocking and undervolting the CPU and GPU to get better performance. This is what the fan curve for both the GPU and the CPU are. The GPU has no overclock on the memory or clock. So this is all stock. We're going to take one look at a base time SPY score and see how it goes, and we're going to go from there. We're going to be overclocking through the GPU through MSI Afterburner and undervolting the CPU through Universal XTU tuning utility. So as you can see, the GPU does not amazing, but pretty well in time SPY, and the CPU is also pretty good in time SPY. We got a score of 10,172 with a graphics score of 10,004 and a CPU score of 11,243. Now we can make that better going to MSI Afterburner and doing an overclock. In MSI Afterburner, when you're overclocking, I recommend you go up one by one, not one, but 50 at a time, and ends up if it ends up crashing, then you go back about 25, and if it crashes again, keep going back. But what you do to overclock is you go to Curve Editor, and we're going to be overclocking and undervolting at the same time. I recommend you do it in steps, but just for the case of the video being shorter, I'm going to do it just what seems to work well for my setup, which is we're going to go up to 2680 on the GPU. And once you're there, once you find what you're looking for, you click Control L and it'll lock it at that speed. So and then once you do that, you come here and press that. So now it's at 0.975 volts and 2670 on the GPU, and we're also going to increase the memory overclock by 750. So that's for the GPU. Now let's take a look at the CPU. We're going to be going into Universal x86 tuning utility and going to custom. And to undervolt the CPU, you go to AMD Curve Optimizer, and I recommend going in things of 5 to negative. So going from -5 to -10, but for me, I like to leave mine at -21. Works well for me, might not for you. So just do your own testing. So you apply that, and I'm gonna reapply this. Oh, this one's 750. 750. There we go. Now that you've done the undervolt and overclock, you go back and you do the test again. As some people might have seen, the GPU when undervolted will use less power, but it will still have the same performance. So when you use less power, you still get the same clock speed with the undervolt. So it helps to get better performance and temperatures cooler. So So as you can see with the GPU overclock and undervolt, we were able to gain about 500 points in the graphics score, and for the CPU, we gained. Hold on. In the CPU score, we were able to gain about 400 points. So the CPU and GPU undervolt and overclock did in fact work and gave pretty good improvements in performance. Now, whether or not you'd see that in game, I'm not too sure, but it is nice to know that you can undervolt and overclock and you will see performance gains. So that is it for me today. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.